Hi there everyone, in today's video I'm going to make a review of this Oukitel WP20 smartphone. I'll get you to the unboxing, I'll show you how to set it up and what is the performance of it. So make sure to stick till the end where I'll share my honest thoughts about this phone. Guys, if you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you can tap the like button. Also consider to subscribe. So let's get into the video. And this is how the box looks like, pretty standard for any Oukitel phones. It comes with this protective foam. It has a warranty card and as well obviously user manual. And it comes with a USB Type-C charging cable, and it has as well a fast charging plug, and also in the pack there is the key to open the SIM card slot. And here is the SIM card slot, and it has this function button, can be personalized, and it comes with bumpers at both sides. And on the other side there is a power button, and which also is the lock button, plus and minus to adjust the volume. And here at the top there is the jack port, which surprisingly this phone comes jack port, kind of interesting. And here at the bottom it has the charging port USB-C, which is well protected with this soft material, which is silicone, and as well it has the speaker. And here at the back he has the speaker and this attachment for the strap, just in case you prefer to get one. And here are the cameras, the infrared, and as well the flashlight. And it comes with this very clean design, Oukitel brand over there, and this sticker obviously can be removed based on your preference. And this is the first overview of the screen. Here at the front we have the speaker and selfie camera, and this is how much the bars are taking from the screen. But one interesting thing is that the camera is well protected with this bumper. In terms of booting time, I'm just gonna make here a test. And I'm just gonna start it. In my opinion, it doesn't take that long, considering this phone comes with 4 GB of RAM, and yeah, it took around 33 seconds. And in terms of setting it up, it's pretty standard for any Android phone. It shouldn't take that long. The regular steps have to be done, and this is the first overview of the screen. In my opinion, it is quite responsive, but obviously I didn't test, so in this video I'm going to go through more details. Okay, now I'd like to show you how to operate this phone. Here is the unlock button, you have to swipe up. Here is the phone option, and you have to press on this one, and this is how it looks. Pretty standard for an Android. Here are the contacts, and then obviously I don't have any because I just set up this phone. And here introduce this one. This is the messaging, and here obviously you need to add the contact, but I already put here one. And yes, press this one, you have some options over here and over here, and as well you can go like this and then press, as I said, standard for any Android. There's one little thing that it's a bit strange. This is Google Chrome, yeah, and for example, if I go here on YouTube, then I want to go back. What I do is I have to swipe like this, and then it goes back. But if I want to go back to YouTube, I have to do it like this, and as you can see, it's not very responsive. I cannot even do it because I want to go forward basically. And if I do it from here, no. If I do it like this, I was keep struggling with this one before filming this part, and I still didn't get how. Because as I said, I'm gonna make another test. I'm just gonna press here Argos, and yes, if I want to go backwards, I don't have any arrows to do it, but I can do like this. And here there's no arrows, there's no option. So I'm not really sure. Maybe you guys know, and you can leave me and you can let me know in the comment section below. Here obviously 2 tabs, pretty standard. This is the side of Oukitel, and I would like to show you a bit how responsive the screen is, because we are in this section. And if I scroll down, this is the refresh rate. If I scroll down a bit faster, this is how fast it moves. Now, of course, something loaded. In the settings, obviously we have everything that we need, and there is one little thing that I wanted to show you. Here we have custom key function, which is the button located over here on this side. Is this one over here. So you can set up basically what that button can do. In my case, I put one press function. If I press this one over here once, then Google Chrome will start. And if I go back, if I long press, I've mine set to settings. I'll show you right now. If I press long, then settings will appear. But obviously you can change this one by select application, and for example I would like Google Maps for one press, and for long press I would like let's say sound recorder. And once I change this one, if I press once, then Google Maps will appear. I have to go out, and if I press long, then the recording will appear. We have the flashlight. This is very interesting, and also the design is very clean. If you put it on, you can see, and it also, yeah, you get a light over there. And if you press on this SOS, the light is slowly blinking. But now I would like to show you something very cool. I have here an app for the benchmark, and I'm going to run a test for you guys to see what is the performance of it. I'm just gonna put the phone a bit like this for you guys to see a bit better. Yeah, and this is the result of the benchmark that of the test that we did. I've installed here again. It doesn't require too many resources, and I'd like to show you what is the performance and how responsive this phone is while I play. Now I'd like to show you how fast this phone is when I'm trying to open an app. Here, this is how long it took to open Google Chrome, and for example I would like to go to Argos. In my opinion it moves a bit slow. Also my internet connection is quite good, and this is how responsive it is when you're on the website. See, there is a bit of delay when it comes to refreshing the screen, and as well. Okay, now I would like to go here to Google. I would like to play YouTube, and I would like to play some free royalty music. Now it's mid volume, and this is the max. Obviously when it stays on a flat surface, it creates this kind of effect, the sound effect, which is powers, gives more volume. So here's the speaker. And now I'm going to reduce a bit. You can do it with the buttons, or you can do it just like this based on your preference. This is very, very low. But in terms of volume, I consider it to be quite good. Now I'd like to show you something that I like and I don't like about this phone. As you can probably see here around the screen, it has a bumper, and also it goes all around. But this one I've noticed while I'm using this phone, that it collects a bit of dust, and the front screen of the phone sometimes on this area and on this area it is a bit dirty. But this bumper really helps, because if you put the phone flat, it doesn't touch the screen, and this is exactly what we wanted. Now there's another thing that I don't like about this phone. When I put it flat on the table, its wobbly goes like this, but only on the left side, and this is because of the cameras. And I'm just gonna put it like this for you guys to see a bit better. It goes like this, and I said this is because of the cameras that have this protection over here. Now I'd like to show you some things about the tool bag. If we press here, we see the compass, and we can check north, west, south, and east, obviously. Unfortunately, I cannot use the sound meter, because if I press on it, it needs the access to the microphone, so I'm recording this video, so I cannot do it. The peak hanging, if I press on it, it goes vertical. or as well horizontal, just to make the lines straight. Then we have the gradient, and it works like this. Is very specific for people who need it and who use it. And then we have the height measure. This function, honestly, I've tried to use it for a couple of times and I just didn't understand how it works. Basically, you need to set up your height and then point the phone to a specific building or object that you want to measure the height, and then it will measure that. I didn't manage to make it work. We have the magnifier, which is quite interesting, and this one can get really close, but as well we can zoom in. We can see like literally details, which is in my opinion kind of cool. In fact, it is like it uses the camera, and um, you can zoom in it. So this is how the magnifier on selfie mode looks like. So if I just zoom in, you can see like literally very detailed. The image is a bit, the video in fact is a bit too sharp in my opinion, but it doesn't affect the functionality, which is kind of cool. And if I go back, we have the warning light, and if I press on this, on the screen will change into different colors. We have, yes, and did I have to press one more time? We have the warning light. This I will make this noise, and if I press on flash, the torch will start flashing the light of the phone, and then I can put all three at the same time, which is kind of cool. We have plumb bob, and this one is very specific for people who use it construction or something like this. It works just like this. Okay, if I go back, and we have the protractor, which is same thing, a very specific tool, uh, and it goes like this and like this. All right, and now that I finished with these ones, I'd like to show you what is the performance of the camera. If I press on this one, yeah, as you can see, guys, I'm just gonna flip it the phone a bit. This is how it looks landscape mode, and this how it looks portrait mode. Obviously we have the picture. What is really interesting about this function, if I go over here and I zoom in, it shows on the screen how was the zoom, and we can get up to 4x, and this is the quality. It has to focus a bit because it's a bit not clear, and yeah, it doesn't perform very well, but you get the idea. Or as well, this function works as well on selfie mode, but on this one you can zoom the same up to 4x, which is kind of cool. And I'm just gonna flip this a bit. We have as well the beauty mode, which is yeah, just as the face, and as you can see, the tones are slightly different. And if you press on this arrow over here, you can adjust the intensity, but this one is specifically for face, and I'm just gonna see like the face is not very sharp right now. If I adjust it, you see it's very soft on skin. And if I go back, then we have mono, which is black and white. This side looks like we have option for more. And here we have bokeh, night vision, pro, and in pro we have we can adjust the exposure, which it goes like this. We can adjust the ISO, but for example, if I go on ISO, let's say 800, as you guys can see, it automatically, it doesn't do anything, which is kind of strange because it's supposed to change the amount of light that comes into the lens, and also change the exposure, but apparently doesn't do anything. And white balance, to press on this one, as you can see, the colors are changing, and you can go quite specific about it. And as this is pro mode basically. And now I would like to show you the video option. To scroll in between this one, or either you press on the buttons at the bottom, or you swipe left and right. And this is how the camera looks when on video. I would say that is not bad considering the price of this phone, and as well, as you can see, it focuses very close, because it is like distance, I would say 20 centimeters from the object, which is kind of cool. Now it records on 720p, but as well it can go on 1080p or lower than that. And this side looks on 1080p. And I'm just gonna include here a bit of a video for you guys to see a bit better. Same what I've noticed with this Oukitel phone, because it's not the first time I make a review. They kind of struggle to focus. Especially on video, they're focusing quite often, and this one, in my opinion, it is a bit disturbing. And I just want to check something out. If I press on the camera, it's gonna take a picture. I stop this one, and now I'll show you what is the quality of the front camera. If I go on selfie mode, there's something that I found here a bit strange, because if I now I keep the phone exactly 90 degrees in my face, fronting my face, and if I look at the lens, you can see me that I'm positioned over here, but in fact I have to tilt the phone a bit just to get in the middle, which is a bit strange and not so practical. This is how the picture looks. I'm gonna take a selfie right now. As well, I'm keeping the phone straight, and as you can see, there's a gap here on the right, which is a bit strange. Now I have to tilt it in order to be basically aligned or be in the center. And the beauty mode, I've showed you this one before, which is in my opinion a bit of a kind of gimmick, but for some might be helpful. And we have the mono, and these are the options, and this is how the picture looks like. Yeah, also going to make a test of how the camera performs in the dark, and this is what we see. The refresh rate is well, one would say more or less decent, obviously, for this price range. And I'm just gonna take a picture, and as well I'm going to take a picture like this. I have to hold the camera quite steady. As I can see, it's not really focused. It's quite struggling to focus. Okay, now I'll go on the video mode, and as expected, the video is not great at all. Just gonna press record. As you can see, the refresh rate is very bad, and also it's struggling to focus, which I consider it a bit downside. Same thing as the daytime. All the time this dot appears in the middle, and the camera basically tries to focus. Okay, I'm just gonna stop this a bit, and then I would like to show you the zoom in the evening. Now we are, as you can see, at almost 3%, 3x, and you can barely understand something. Basically, it cannot focus. As well, if I go on the max zoom, yeah, this is what we see. The results are not so great. It's gonna zoom out a bit. You've seen already the rest of the functions. So here on picture mode, if I swap the camera on selfie mode, yeah, this is how it looks. Obviously there's no light from the front, and I'm just gonna take a picture, and a picture like this to see how the camera performs. Okay, and if I go on video mode, obviously there's not enough light, but I will just move here closer a bit to the light, and let's see what is the result. I have the feeling that these cameras on Oukitel, because it's not, as I said, this is not the first phone that I test. The front camera is a bit better than the actual main camera, and this outperforms in video and in picture mode. Yeah, it's not that bad. Here's an example. Yeah, and I would like to show you something else. If I go here on mono and just move a bit where is less light, this is how it looks. This one's supposed to be like night vision. Yeah, so yeah, I would like to show you also the pro mode, and I would like to adjust a bit the exposure. which doesn't do that much in the evening. Yeah, nothing impressive. The ISO is set to 1600, and if I reduce the ISO to, for example, 400, yeah, now as you can see, massive change. And on 200 it's getting darker, and back on 1600. And white balance, for example, in the evening, if I set on a different one, this is how it looks. And if I press here more, then this is the night mode. So I would say probably slightly better on night mode. Just gonna take a picture. After I tested this phone for a couple of days, I came to the conclusion that it does a really good job. The battery level is absolutely impressive. It's also slimmer compared to other Oukitel phones that I've tested on this channel. I'm not really sure about the quality of the camera, but considering the price that I pay for it, I still consider that it's a good phone. So do I recommend you to buy it or to drop it? Well, definitely to buy it. So guys, if you have any questions related to the product, you can leave them in the comment section below and I will answer. There's also a link where you can check out more information or even consider it to purchase it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.